What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I've got three fragrances. You saw them in the thumbnail. I've been holding on to these for a little bit. I bought them as one of the multiple orders that I made during Fragrance Buy's 10-year anniversary sale. One Electimuss fragrance that supposedly similar to like Electimuss's own take on Baccarat Rouge 540 for $100. I couldn't pass on it. Finally got around to getting another Gentleman Flanker and another Mancera that for $49 I'll buy any Mancera and give it a try. Royal Vanilla. It's a vanilla fragrance. I'm sure I'm going to enjoy it. It was 49 bucks for 120 ml. They had some crazy deals. They run these specials. They got some crazy deals sometimes. So we're going to bust these open, check them out, see what's good, see what's not so good, see what they smell like to me, and compare them versus the notes. Stay tuned. So real quick before I bust them open, Electimuss, is it Trajan? I'm not sure the exact pronunciation, but I'm going to go with Trajan. We'll stick with Trajan. So I got that supposedly in the same vein of Baccarat Rouge 540. A tester, as you can see here by a white box that says tester. How clever, right? Mancera's Royal Vanilla. And then speaking of testers, Givenchy Gentleman Eau de Toilette Intense. So I have had a sample of this. It's a decent iris fragrance. It definitely smells a little more intense than the EDT, which I do have. It's been a while since I've smelled it. We're going to give it another shot. It was a phenomenal price. I don't remember exactly, but I mean, I grabbed it. So first things first, we are starting with the Electimuss fragrance. According to this, it's a pure parfum, high oil concentration. It's a shame I don't keep the boxes because this is a very, very nice box. And I've always loved their bottles. I do have Black Caviar and Oyster, or two that I have bottles of, but here we go. Very, very nice, beautiful presentation, hefty, quality stuff, says the name of the fragrance right there. We're going with Trajan, I'm sorry, is how I'm going to pronounce it for now. Beautiful, beautiful artwork here on the bottles. We're going straight on skin. See what they're working with here. I definitely smell Baccarat Rouge 540 just through the atomizer. Nothing on this hand. Beautiful atomizer. Look at that. Wow, that smells just like Baccarat Rouge 540 out in the air. Yeah, very much out in the air. Oh, there's differences. Out in the air, though, on that opening spray, I was like, whew. Did they one-to-one it? No, they didn't one-to-one copy it. It's got differences right away in the opening on skin. It has that clear as day burnt sugar smell to it. There's something soft, sensual, and a little floral about it. Like, it's not as aggressive or as sweet as a Baccarat Rouge 540. And it's also not as floral as something like Mancera Instant Crush. That's heavy on the jasmine. I get all of those things. I don't get any spice, really. I get a little touch of it in the backdrop, but this is sensual, it's fresh, it's sweet, but it's not too sweet. Like, it's definitely not as sugary sweet or like the cotton candy type of thing as Baccarat Rouge 540 EDP. I would say it does smell closer to the EDP than the X-Straight. I mean, there's no denying it. It smells great, though. I mean, this smells great. For $100, I mean, it's clearly the best thing that I own that smells like a version of Baccarat Rouge 540 because the quality here is just, I mean, it's Electimuss. It's a little more, like the texturing that comes across with the aromas, like marshmallowy, pillowy, soft. A fluff, like a fluffy sweetness to it. And I don't mean that like cotton candy. Like, don't think the cotton candy sweetness. But definitely similar texture. It's getting a little powdery, which is something I don't get from Baccarat Rouge 540. Like, I keep bringing it up because it's a clear relation here. Clear as day. It's beautiful. Now, I'm assuming it's anosmia that it's getting so soft on me already because I got a nice oil sheen here that I don't know if the camera's going to pick up. Let me get it to focus first. How's it not focusing on my hand? Are you serious? There we go. So you can see that shine on the back of my hand. Clear sheen. It's not overwhelmingly strong, but there's probably something synthetic, amberwoodish type of note that's kind of wearing my nose down pretty quick because it's fading fast from my sense of smell, which maybe I should have left this one for last. So I have 2 more fragrances to smell. I might have to take a break. But let's see what the notes are.
A few minutes later.
2019, very highly rated. 8.4 out of 10 with 152 ratings. Sweet, spicy, fruity, fresh, synthetic. Not super synthetic, but a little fruity, definitely sweet. Spice has a touch in the background. It's not hefty. It is getting a little bit more on the spice, though. Notes of blood orange, lemon, mandarin orange, and bergamot with saffron, sage, and lavender. Cedarwood, oak moss, ambergris. So it might be the ambergris that's wearing me out a little bit. But that soft woody feel, okay, apparently it's cedarwood. The aromatics here make sense. The saffron, not crazy spicy. Not super warm and spicy like it typically can be sometimes. But it's a similar type of saffron that would be found in Baccarat Rouge 540. That's clearly the biggest tie-in here. That floral feel I was getting apparently is more of an aromatic type of feel because sage and lavender, much more bright and aromatic. That explains why this is so much fresher. And I don't distinctively get loads of citrus. Like, it's surprising to see this top note breakdown as 4 different citrus notes. It's not heavily citric, but it is fresh. It does make it fresh. I will give them that. This, honestly, because now it's settling in a little bit more, like the sweetness isn't as dominant. If you are the type that wanted a less feminine, more daily wear type of vibe to BR540, I think this is the one. And for $100, super happy with it. Super happy with it. It's not mind-blowing wow. Super familiar. Redundant if you have BR540 or a bunch of fragrances that smell like it. But I still think it's a great 8.5 out of 10 type of fragrance. It's a good pickup, especially for $100. That's typically not the going rate for it. It was just such a deal. I was like, And I saw that that's the relation, and I was like, I'll give it a shot. Why not? I like Electimuss as a brand. Good quality stuff. Cedarwood's taking over more and more. This is getting better by the moment, honestly. Yeah, 8.5 out of 10. So this is new. So Mancera's Royal Vanilla. But what I'm saying is new is pearl on the top, or pearl-esque sticker, or whatever. I haven't touched it yet, but this pearl, mother of pearl kind of thing going on. It's just some kind of stick-on thing, but oh, I tried pulling the cap, nothing happened. It's an older tester. Same thing happened with Mancera Black Gold. I got a tester and it was a screw cap, so this is an older batch. Okay then. So I don't know the notes, but I'll tell you one thing I'm expecting. A vanilla dominance. Wouldn't you think? It's called Royal Vanilla. Whew. That is way stronger than the Electimuss fragrance. I smell rose. Smell rose and vanilla. Ooh. Okay. Out in the air, I was thinking, it might be a little feminine of a vanilla. No, not up close. There's one of their more synthetic oud notes. Warm wood, little funk. It's powdery right off Jump Street. Not what I expected it to smell like. Better than I was hoping for. It's more about woods. It's dark. It's spiced. This has a deeper character, a rich character that I wasn't expecting. With Royal in the name, I guess I should have had higher hopes for the level of depth to the scent. But right off of the top spray here, it smells like a deep scent with a lot of nuance. It doesn't smell busy, but it doesn't smell simple either. I don't find this feminine at all. This is quite masculine, actually. And I do get a rosy type of smell, but that's got to be one of their oud notes that's jumping out so distinctively. It's oud rose vanilla, spice. I smell a creamy patchouli. This is how it smells. I could be off. Some of these notes might be missing from the breakdown, but that's what jumps out at me. That's what it smells like. I'm super curious now. Oh, this is good. Let's look at these notes.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Okay, Mancera's Royal Vanilla, 7.4 out of 10, 24 ratings, nothing crazy. Sweet Gourmand, Spicy Floral Resinous. So, no oud. What's that dark nuance I'm getting here? Italian Lemon, Rhubarb Leaf, Rose Water. Egyptian Violet, Gallic Rose, Caramel, Tunisian Orange Blossom, Amber, Bourbon Vanilla, Indonesian Patchouli. So there's the patchouli smell I'm getting. And White Musk. I was getting kind of this dark oud wood smell. Clear as day rose. This is two different type of rose oils that I have never seen in a note breakdown. It smells like rose, but I would assume rose water. Very fresh, watery rose smell, like a Turkish rose-ish kind of thing. Gallic rose, though. Never seen that before. Don't know what the distinction is with that. Caramel makes sense for the sweetness with some vanilla. Rhubarb, though. Maybe that's the... So it says resinous is the fifth accord. Maybe that's that darkness that I'm getting, but it doesn't smell balsamic to me. There's a dark feel to it. Even a little spiced. Like spicy is the third accord, but if you look at these notes... Name spicy note. Italian lemon, rhubarb leaf, rose water, Egyptian violet, Gallic rose, caramel, Tunisian orange blossom, amber, bourbon vanilla, Indonesian patchouli, white musk. There's no spicy notes here. It's the third most noted accord. I smell spiciness, but I can't distinguish if it's peppery or what, but it's spiciness to it. Oh, it's getting a little powdery. It was powdery from Jump Street, but it's getting more powdery. The caramel here is offering this thickness to the aroma. Like it's rich, is what I mean specifically. It's not super creamy, but it has a rich sweetness to it. And, man, I don't know what's making it powdery. Could be the variety of rose. The violet could be a combination with the vanilla could be a little powdery. But, damn, this is good. This is way better than I thought it was going to be. Way better than I thought it was going to be. I thought this was going to be the one that was going to be the highest rating. I thought 8.5 was going to be it. This might be 8.5 because it's Mancera. I usually expect really good from them. This is a 9 out of 10. This is outstanding. This, dare I say, jumps into my top 10 from Mancera immediately on first impressions because... Even though it's rose dominant, it's not super feminine to me. Maybe leans a little bit. But this patchouli dominance, clear as day from the start, the opening of this fragrance, this patchouli note. It's weird how I got this dark, like funkiness to it that I'm assuming is what they mean by resinous. It smells a little bit like oud to me. But the rose is thick, rich, deep, and dark, which is weird because there's rose water is in the top, but that Gallic rose, I need to research that rose a little more. That might be what's so weird about the richness of this rose. Could be the combination of caramel. I don't know. Point is, I'm rambling. My apologies. This is phenomenal. 9 out of 10. And for $49, this is the single biggest steal of a purchase I've ever had from Mancera / Montal. And between the two sister brands, I have around 50 fragrances, maybe even a little more, and this is the biggest bargain. Fragrance buy sales for special events, guys, $49. Easily slides into my top 10 from Mancera. I got to give it some thought what's going to get bumped, but something's got to get bumped. Black Gold jumped into the top 10 recently, too. This is phenomenal. Not going to be for everybody, just like any fragrance, but I like this so much. This is beautiful. 9 out of 10. Mancera Royal Vanilla. And I already know this isn't phenomenal. It's a solid fragrance. But, I mean, we started off with some really good stuff here. But I've smelled this before. Givenchy Gentleman Eau de Toilette Intense. It's a solid fragrance. I wasn't in a rush to get it. I don't remember the notes. It is iris-based. It's similar to the EDT. Just, I want to say more woods, if I remember correctly, was the biggest distinction that I got. I love Givenchy Gentleman and Gentleman Only, both lines. every fragrance I've ever gotten for either of the lines, or if you want to call it one line, they're always good. I actually have the notes on the back here. Aromatic, floral, woody, bergamot, cardamom, basil, blue iris, cypress, cedarwood, coumarin. Basically tonka bean. So I expect a little powdery, fresh and green, definitely green. Cardamom, basil, cypress, with bergamot as a citrus, so a green, powdery and woodsy. Like I said, it's been a year and a half or so, maybe even close to 2 years since I've smelled it. Yeah, kind of reminds me a little bit of Bentley Momentum Unbreakable, that more green herbal type of iris smell. But that's a more earthy, like professional scent profile. Where this is a slightly more casual, I would say. Great everyday fragrance. Blue iris is kind of funny because I would definitely consider this a blue fragrance. Very much would consider this a blue fragrance. It's a little herbal, a little spiced and green. It's very powdery from the jump. Right off of Jump Street, it's powdery. Don't get the citrus. And a little sweet. I mean, it's nothing crazy. Like I said, it's a solid fragrance. This is a 7.5 out of 10 kind of thing. I'll definitely reach for it. I will definitely reach for this fragrance. It's good stuff. It didn't blow me away the first time I smelled it. I had a 2 ml decant from Decant House. And it was like, I like it, but I don't absolutely love it. So eventually I'll get it. I'm just not in a hurry. And that's what happened here. Their sale, it was great price. I don't remember exactly, but it was cheap for this tester. And I was like, now's the time. If I was ever going to pull the trigger, it's now. Yeah, the cardamom shines with the basil. Nice and spicy, a little warmer than you would think. Kind of that earthy green spice more than a fresh green spice. Cedarwood kind of plays a role here, but that iris is powdery. It's not a soapy type of iris because the regular EDT, the iris they used is a bit soapier. This isn't quite the soapy fragrance that this is flankered from. That actually is more of a soapy fragrance. Yeah, 7.5 out of 10. It's a very good fragrance. It's just not special. But I do like it. I will wear it. Well, that's the 3. That's the final 3 from those orders, from the Fragrance Buy orders that I did during their 10th anniversary sale. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. So I do appreciate all the feedback. And I love hearing from you guys. Of these 3, what have you tried? Do you love this one? Is it better than, very good to you? Is it phenomenal? Or is it mediocre? Do you feel the same, where it's pretty good? Have you tried these? What do you think about them? Do you like this even more than I did? Do you feel like, wow, I can't believe he likes that much? I think it's, okay at best. This was great. This was outstanding. I gave it a 9 out of 10. I'm surprised. I was not expecting this to be as good as it is. Mancera, guys. Spend more time with Mancera. You can't go wrong here. It's a collectible thing on its own. Not even counting Montal. Just exploring Mancera. There's so much great stuff. Pierre Montal gets the slow, soft clap. Kudos. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of these 3 and you give them a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.